Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, winter has arrived. It's currently snowing. It's been snowing. This is the second snowfall of the week. The first snowfall we got about anywhere from 0 to 12 inches, depending on where in my yard you're standing, but I'd say we got about 6 where I'm standing at, you know, on average, but we're expecting anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 to 7 or something like that today, but that's not why we're out here. We're out here because we picked up Raylan's Christmas present. So let's take a look at what we got. Nope, it's not the trampoline. It's a 1948 Farmall Super A. And let's see, what's the serial number on this? 263 or 253 919, I think, if you can see that there. 253 919. Makes it a 1948 model. Engine is loose. The battery, it's still 6 volt, still magneto. Battery still had some juice when I went to look at it. It does have fluid in one of the rear tires. It does have a stuck valve on number 2 cylinder. Haven't quite figured out if it's intake or exhaust because we got it home. It was dark out. I rolled it off the trailer and it's been snowing, so haven't done much with it. This is probably going to be a springtime project, but at least we have something to start with. It's got decent tread on the tires. Front tires are pretty well bald, but the rears have decent tread. Like I said, this one's loaded. It's got a set of wheel weights on the rear. This rim probably could be replaced. It looks like it's on its way out with the amount of corrosion around that valve stem there. It's got a belt pulley on it. PTO. It's got 2 toolboxes on it. Or tool trays, I should say. I don't want to get snow all over myself lifting up the seat, but it's got a little release lever there. I didn't even know that. Toolboxes underneath there. Here's your release lever. What else? It's got the touch control hydraulic system on it. It's got the breather cap with the pre-cleaner jar. When I looked at it, first, second, and reverse shifted fine. It was stiff, but it shifted fine. Third and fourth were completely, it would not shift into it. But he had drained the gear oil and the coolant from the tractor. And when I got it here off the trailer, I was messing with the gear shift lever and just gave it a little bump with my fist. And boom, it goes into third gear and then bumped it backwards and it went into fourth. So I think things were probably just lightly rusted or stuck from sitting all summer without any fluid in it. And, you know, condensation collects inside these things, especially with humidity and drastic temperature changes like we have here in Minnesota. So, but I'm hoping I can keep this hidden from her until Christmas. We got about a month to go here, and so far it's been a challenge to keep her away from the windows in the house that look towards these tractors. So looks like a decent tractor though. This one came from a orchard, and it was there for I don't know how many years, but many years it worked this orchard. The owners of this orchard loved 140s, 130s, 100s, Super A's for mowing and for doing work in their orchard because they were narrow and low, so they didn't have to contend with the trees too much. But I just saw that must be a limiting U-bolt that goes on there for the axle to limit how far it can articulate. That's interesting. I've never paid attention to that, but I've never looked real closely at a Super A before. So, but this has been a tractor that's kind of been on my list for a while now. My goal has always been to have every model of the letter series from Cub all the way up to the M. I would really like to find my Farmall C that I had when I was a kid. It was the first tractor that I owned. My parents got it for me to support my hobby, and then also for the land that my grandparents had where the other two tractors, the Case SC and the Farmall M, came from that were not running. So we got the Farmall C to help with, moving trees and snow removal and all that. But I'd like to find that tractor again, serial number 61454. If anybody knows where it might be, I sold it to a man named Robert Wickland, and I think he lived near Brainerd or Bemidji, Minnesota. So if he's watching, or if anybody out there is in that area and they know of a Farmall C that has 61454 for the serial number, that's the one I'm looking for. But I'd also like to find a Farmall BN, and some people get confused with the B and BN. They think the BN is the single front wheel version of the B, and it's not. It is a narrower rear end. They actually use a Model A rear axle housing on the left side, and it narrows up the rear end of the tractor. So, I guess a guy could build one, but I'd like to find an actual BN. So that would complete my letter series collection. So there's the Super A for Ray. Ray is Super A. Kind of got a nice ring to it. So stay tuned. There'll be more coming on this one here in the springtime. So that's all I've got. Hope you guys are having a safe and happy Thanksgiving weekend, and stay tuned because lots more to come. We should probably start tractor talk here pretty soon. It's getting to be that time of year. I know we kind of phase out during the summer, but there's just so much going on that it's kind of hard to keep up. But anyhow, I'm headed back inside before I look like a frosted donut. So you guys take care. We'll see you in the next one, and happy holidays.